Hey, Tony Gasson here, popping in a little video. Another installment of the Single and Healing. I started the Single and Healing series and I just was doing it. Wasn't really thinking nothing of it. Didn't know if I was going to continue to do it. But then I seen 2 or 3 people write me, "Are you going to continue the Single and Healing?" I'm like, hold on now, you got a lot of requests for free. You ain't paying no money for no coaches. You just requesting up. I said, okay, got all these requests, so let me get on here and then be making requests and then be complaining about advertisements on the video. Like, hold on, nah. Okay, so I'm just supposed to work for free? I'm just supposed to be out here just taking time away from my family for free? So okay, let's make a little understanding. Okay, I'll do your series. This is a course. This is a whole course now. When I'm doing these little series, if you didn't see the other one, look at Single and Ready. That's like a little course that I'm putting on here, this YouTube, that could be on TonyGassonsAcademy.com behind a paywall. And I'm putting it on here free of charge. Okay, let's get that understanding. So now listen to me. In this second installment, I want you to understand that when you're single and healing, you have to keep your distance. And what I mean by that is there's this thing that's going around, people saying that blocking somebody online is childish. That's because the person whoever made that up and got that going viral is don't want to be blocked, or they don't have the strength to block their ex. But when you single and healing, you have to take that ex and you block the ex you unfriend the ex on Facebook. So that way you're not going to see his or her post. You unfriend the ex on Facebook. You unfollow the ex on Instagram and you block the ex on Instagram. Same any other social media you have, whether you unfriending, unfollowing, blocking, what have you. If the ex want to see you, the ex has to make a fake page and subscribe to you. It's not necessary to be on private accounts to where you have to approve every person that comes. So on your Instagram, on Facebook, you approve friend requests. If you don't recognize this as a real person, then you just hit ignore. But on Instagram, keep your account public if at all possible. Now, if you work in a certain job and it got to be private, then do that. But, stop hiding behind the private wall, because you can actually meet your next lover, the love of your life, through Instagram. So that's why your page should be public. Also, when your ex goes to get a fake page or log into one of their other pages to follow you on Instagram, they can still see your glow up. They can still see you eating a good Caesar salad for lunch. They still see you reading a book a week and you posting that book. So you just post like this right here. You take the picture, you put this down somewhere on a nice background, you take the picture, book of the week. Next week, put this on a nice background, sit it down on a nice little marble table somewhere, go to the little restaurant downtown, sit this up, book of the week. Every Monday, post you the book of the week. If you listen to the audio book or you reading the ebook, screenshot the cover from your phone and post that book of the week. You making that investment. If you cannot afford a book of the week, then do a book of the month or a book, every other week. You don't have to put hashtag book of every other week. But on your Instagram with this social media, because this is very real, you just want to be tracking your growth. So even you can go to your page and look back and be like, man, I read that book. I went to that conference. I went to that retreat. Man, I was eating good. I'm eating nice salads, garden salad, all this right here. You could track and see your progress. Outfit of the day. Once a week, you post an outfit of the day. So that way you can see how you dressing. And you keep your life going. The mistake that a lot of people make, that a lot of singles who single and healing, is they go into hiding. They go into hiding and they hide in shame because all of their friends was praising their relationship. All of their family was praising their relationship. A lot of people love their ex because they don't really know the real ex like you know them. So the mistake is to go into hiding, deleting your Facebook, deleting your Instagram, putting everything on private, going into hiding. If you, it's one thing if you want to get away for like a week, 2 weeks, but after that you got to get back to normal life. Because if you had all this social media and you had all this going out on Friday night to lounge or what have you, if you had all that going when you was in a relationship and then you go and do the opposite when you out the relationship, that means you're not living a authentic lifestyle. That means you're not doing what you really want to do, because what you really want to do and how you really want to live, you was doing that when you was in the relationship. You had all kind of posts going out on Instagram. You had all kind of posts going on Facebook. I mean, you just you couldn't stop showing off. And then when your relationship crashed, and now you want to go into hiding, but no, it's like, listen, you want the praise. Now you sit over here in this here single life, single and healing, and still show just like you were showing before. Show your life just like you were showing before. What you eating, where you going out, whatever, who you hanging with, the book you reading. Stay active, stay public, and you just blocking your ex. You unfollowing, you blocking your ex. And the reason why is because the way the mind works, you're already going to be thinking about your ex. But the way the mind works is every single time that you see your ex post, every time you see somebody else post your ex, it strengthens the soul tie. And that emotional bond, it gives, you have a chemical release from your brain. You get a stomach ache or a headache. You start to sweat. You start to shake. You start to feel some emotion because this is your ex. So that's why you got to block them. You also block your ex on your phone. If you know you don't have the strength yet to get a message and not respond, you block your ex on the phone. And in blocking the ex on the phone, you also block the people who make you think of your ex, meaning you stop talking to them. If that's his sister, his brother, his mother, his father, her, or if it's the other way around, if it's a man watching this video, her sister, mother, father. And if you don't want to technically block them on the phone, you just create distance to where you're not talking to them. And what you could do in order to do that, you can have a closure conversation that says, hey, I just want to talk to you and just let you know I really appreciate you and everything you've been in my life. Just the light that you have been has been so amazing. But I'm going into a different season. As you know, we have broken up now, and I just kind of need to heal. I need to get some distance and separate myself from everything that concerns him or her, because it'll keep it fresh on my mind. So I just want to let you know I'll be off the map. Everything's going fine, and I'll be off the map. And God bless you, and I wish you the best. And just like that, close the conversation. There may be a lot of guilt piled on. Oh, I like you, and what we have, our friendship has nothing to do with them, and I still want to keep in touch. You're a great, amazing friend to me. It's hard to come by true friends. All that will be dumped on you. You can't listen to that, because the way the brain works, if you're talking to your ex's sibling, mother, father, best friend, you're going to be thinking about your ex, and it'll keep that tie just as strong as it was when y'all were together. The other thing why you can't do this is you need to get separation so that your ex friends and family don't feel like they can reach you on demand at any time, so that they stop reaching out to you. So when you meet someone new, because you could meet your next person next week, next month, you single and healing, but life does not stop. You can meet the person of your dreams within a month, And if you're out at the park and y'all are taking it slow, like you have romantic interest that is established, you're taking it slow, so you just going and meeting up at the park and you having your little picnic, and you have your phone out and your phone is face up. Your ex is blocked, but your ex's friends or family are not blocked. And so somebody calls you, and then when they call you, even if it says, it may say such and such mom, such and such sister, which if you've already mentioned to this person about your ex, they know the name. If they don't know it, they know it says such and such sister. Now they're looking at your phone. If none of that happens and the numbers aren't saved in your phone and it just pops up, at the least you know that number. And when you see that number, you have a release from your brain and you get tense. Like it gives you a rush of anxiety or worry or stress or whatever feeling that you got from your ex, from dealing with your ex. So now you get that feeling and your countenance changes while you're on this date. And so that's why I say you have to immediately cut off your ex and all of his or her friends and family, anybody mutual, and then your friends and family who you can't cut off because they're your friends and family. But if they're mentioning your ex, you have to shut that down immediately and very sternly let them know, hey, I'm gonna ask you this one time and I'm not gonna ask you again. Do not ever mention that name to me again. That is, I'm moving on with my life, I'm healing, I'm growing, and I don't want to hear anything concerning that person. And do you understand where I'm coming from? Very firmly, so that they know, because see, the way humans are miserable. And so because we are miserable, until we learn how to daily choose joy, we like to see other people hurt. We like to see other people in calamity. We like a little drama, because that's why reality television is so popular right now, because humans, we like to watch other people in drama and calamity to make us feel better about our miserable life if we're not happy in our life. When we get happy in our life, you'll notice when you get happy in your life, you stop watching other stuff. Y'all hold on real quick. When you get happy in your life, you stop watching the other you start watching reality TV and you start watching messy stuff because you're happy in your life. So you don't need somebody else, you don't need this nonsense to make you feel good. But see, what people love is, you're going to have a miserable friend or family member who's just not happy with their job, not happy with their relationship or their relationship status. And you going through some pain and some agony and crying, and you needing them as a shoulder to lean on. It gives them purpose and meaning in their life, and they start to feel good about that. So in this process, you have to cut everything. That you don't hear this person's name, you don't see their post, you don't see them on social media, so that you can truly go into a space of healing. Truly go into a space of healing. And the healing will come from the first video in this series, Single and Healing, about doing the work. Watch that again. If you missed that, you do the work. And that's where the healing is going to come from. And so you put this together, and this is you keeping distance. You're not answering any text. You're not accepting text. If you block your ex, or now if you have the strength to where you say, I'm an absolute stone cold G, like my ex could not be blocked and he or she could text or call me all day and I'm not responding, then you don't have to block. You don't have to block anybody if it's not gonna make you respond. But at the same time, not having them blocked every time they reach out, even though you don't respond, it still strengthens the tie, because it keeps the person on your mind. It keeps them right there. And whenever, and sometimes it's just telepathic in the sense of, you could be with somebody else who is a romantic interest, and your ex just kind of feels something in their spirit, or they just all of a sudden start thinking about you, or somebody tips them off and says, hey, I just saw Tony with Cherie, down at the park or at the gym or at this restaurant, and because that's a miserable person and they want to see some drama and they want to see your ex hurt, so they tell your ex, and then your ex start blowing you up. If you didn't block your ex and your phone blowing up, guess what? This romantic interest is over with. That could be your husband or wife, and it is absolutely over because they're gonna see that you got some drama going on, you got some mess going on, there's some nonsense you in, and they just washing their hands because they don't love you. They don't love you yet. They getting to know you. So being that they don't love you and they getting to know you, they could easily just walk away without dealing with you. Y'all gotta forgive me too. I got on my sleeping clothes, even clothes I was sleeping in last night. But I work from home, so I ain't gotta get up and put on the whole outfit or nothing. So yeah, that's how I sleep. So, they looking at you and they like, okay, sure, yeah, you got too much going on. I know there ain't no spam calling. That ain't no telemarketer calling you back to back to back to back to back to back to back. Nah, come on, that's an ex there. That's your ex. So then what that makes them think is that you just slept with your ex last night. You just seen your ex last night, and then the day they got tipped off and heard you with somebody else, and they losing it. And it could have just been complete coincidence. It's just the way the mind works as well. When we thinking about somebody, it's really just a signal. It's a signal that when we think about somebody, it's just like how the telephone. You get on the phone and you could dial a whole nother country, and it's just gonna go through that line and it's gonna get to that country. You ever been thinking about somebody and they text you? That's how the mind works. Like, we are connected mentally. And so there's a lot of power in the mind. And a lot of times you thinking about something and then you get a text from that person. And it's because you connected. And this ain't about just romantic. This nothing like, I literally be thinking about one of my homeboys that I ain't talked to in a while, and he'll call me the next day or text me an hour later. Like, that's just how the mind works, that nobody can really explain or understand, but it's just what the Lord doing. Hey, baby. Babe. Babe. That's somebody you got signed for? Huh? Oh no, I didn't hear a knock. I just saw the ring pop up on my phone. The package would be coming and got the sign for. I just trying to make sure I don't miss nothing. I ain't want to miss nothing. Did something get missed? Did something get missed? Did you miss something? Oh, cause I saw it twice. I looked out there one time. Oh, okay. Y'all gotta forgive me. My wife be having packages and stuff coming in. A lot of stuff sometimes you got to sign for it. And I don't be wanting her to miss nothing because she be wanting her packaging. And then you miss it and like might not come the next day or the next day, and you be waiting on something. And then those dry cleaners too. We got the little portable cleaner. The world has changed so much. The day had groceries delivered from the grocery store, then had some other groceries delivered from Costco, and then just had a dry cleaning delivered. Like, the world has changed so much to where it's a business for everything. That's why I try to tell y'all, like, ain't no reason to stay broke. Like, lay on your back, not up under nobody, but lay on your back and look at your ceiling until you get you a vision and start your business. This is another thing that you could do while you single and healing. That's why I try to tell people, when you single and healing, do the work. Meaning, get going. Like, be busy. It was a lady that I had to block the other day because she come on here talking about somebody said that in the church they like for people to be single because singles put more money in the offering plate. And here I am on here telling singles that they need to be living life and traveling and, doing them, like not just sitting still. And she had a problem with that. I said, ma'am, for one, I don't have an offering plate and I'm not no pastor, so they don't have nothing to do with me. I don't want nobody to be single because you got more money when you're together, when you're in a relationship, because you got two incomes instead of one, for one. And then two, me telling singles to travel and see the world, that ain't got nothing to do with me. That don't put money in my pocket. But the thing is when you sit, you rot. And when you rotting, you dying. So when you single and healing, you can't be sitting in the dark just, crying and complaining every day and just so miserable. Like, get up and get a routine. You work out every day. You building your dream. Even if you got a job and you love your career, if you hate your career, then get the certification, get the trades, get whatever, and start building. I was talking to a single mother today, and it's a single mom of 3, and she done built a business to where she the minimum she making a month is $30,000, and she worked from home, but on average she may be making $50,000 to $100,000 a month, and she does what I do. She is a speaker, a life coach, a mentor, online courses, trainer, as a single mom. And so listen, she could have sat there and looked at her kids and just every day just go to a dead end job, come home crying and complaining. She hate her baby daddy, don't want to live, don't want to do nothing, but she looking to buy her a house or rent her a house till she ready to buy, looking to build her life, like doing what she got to do. And that's what I mean. When you single and healing, like, get busy. It's about you. And now the question asked, well, Tony, how you block people when you got kids with them? That's a whole nother situation. I'm thinking about doing a co-parenting course. So, and in that, and I got a video on this, but I can't remember the title of it. But something when kids are involved. So if you search kids involved Tony Gaskins, maybe it'll come up. But with that, it's just you do what you can do. So what that means is you minimize communication to the very least that it can be. So in a situation like that, what I recommend you do. Look, I was just thinking about one of my homeboys, and he texted me right now. And so when I was telling you how the mind work, I thought about a particular homeboy, and he texted me right now. You see what I be trying to tell you? Like, God done set something up. The Lord done set something up to where the mind is powerful. And this the Lord. This ain't got nothing to do with y'all manifesting and all that what y'all be talking about. But the same way that's why you visualize every single day. I say to myself, I'm a billionaire. I'm not connected to the results. I don't really care what happens, but I'm speaking it because one thing, the reason why I speak that, so you got to speak, I'm healed, I'm loved, I'm blessed, I'm prosperous. I will attract love. I'm going to attract love. Today could be my day. And every day you get up with a renewed faith of today could be my day to attract the love of my life. And you do that. And so your countenance is going to be in expectance. So you're going to be exuberant. You're going to have a smile on your face. You're going to have a pep in your step because of what your mind is saying. It's a man I know who do mind coaching, and he try to say the mind don't matter and negative thoughts don't block nothing. And that's hogwash. That's when you don't believe in God. But when you know God, you know that there's power in your mind. The Lord said a double-minded man receives nothing from the Lord. So such as a man thinketh, so he is. There is power in your mind. And when you think it and then you speak it, now that's confirmation in the world. That's confirmation out about and around you. So that's why I tell y'all, stop coming in the comments and being negative. Oh, this just is so depressive. A later comment the other day, this is so depressive. Listen to this man talking about the single moms video, when I'm telling single moms to be careful and don't be bringing anybody around your kids. Don't be letting people move in your house. You don't even know these people. She put, this is so depressive. And it's like, guess what? If you think that and then you speak that and you type that, now you just have literally 3 different ways rewired in your brain that you are depressed about the state of the world, about being a single mom, about being single. Now your mind cannot find joy, cannot find happiness because you just cemented depression over your life. And that's the thing. We be speaking depression over ourselves. We be speaking misery over ourselves. We be speaking loneliness over ourselves. You have to speak abundance. You got to speak love. You got to speak prosperity. You have to speak what you want, and you have to believe what you want, speak what you want, and be in expectation for what you want. And when you do that, you start to, what happens is the mind unlocks. I tell myself I'm a billionaire. And because I tell myself, well, I'm a billionaire, my mind goes to different opportunities and things I could create. And so that's how my mentor.life was created. That's how I told myself I want to earn a living in my sleep. And that's how I created TonyGaskinsAcademy.com. And when I woke up this morning, the people who on a payment plan, I could see, okay, 250 came in from this person on a payment plan. 47 came in from this person who a part of this of the mastermind group. 600 came in from somebody who bought the entrepreneurship course, the entrepreneur course. When I wake up, I could see $1,000 was made while I was sleeping. But also it was people watching these videos while I was sleeping. So that was earning. It was people buying my book while I was sleeping. So that was earning while I was sleeping, because I said I want to earn money while I sleep. So then the Lord planted ideas in my mind that helped me create products and services that allow me to earn 24 hours a day and not just 8 hours on somebody's job. And I don't have a college degree. I don't have a mentor. I don't have a full staff and team. But because I believed it and I spoke it, my mind expands and it sees it and it moves towards it. So that's what I try to tell y'all. Stop speaking loneliness. Stop speaking depression. Stop speaking anger and frustration and bitterness, because that's all you're going to have. Don't come in the comments talking about, it's just a sad state of being. It's just so terrible. The men we got out here, it's like it's no hope. I'm losing hope. And I just want to give up all hope. I can't tell you how many times I see somebody put that in my comments and I have to delete it. Because I don't want somebody, this ain't about losing hope. This about getting the knowledge to boost your confidence so that you're ready for when you get tested, when you get out there, so that you're ready. So this is preparation. Preparation can be painful when you stretching the muscles, when you growing, when you toiling. That preparation could be painful, but you got to get prepared so that when you get out there, you ready for everything that come your way. But if you sit there and you just sulk and complain, you're going to start to die. You're going to wither away in your mind, in your heart, in your body, in your spirit. And you won't be worth nothing to yourself, to your family, or to the world. And it's all here. It's all here. So regardless of how you feel, don't speak how you feel. Don't speak negativity. Don't speak loneliness. Don't speak depression. Don't speak worry. Don't speak frustration. Don't speak these things. Call those things that be not to be as though they were. Call those things that you want, and you speak those things as if they already exist. And by doing that, faith is the substance of things not seen and the evidence of things not heard. How it go? I just said it all wrong, but you know what I'm trying to say. Faith is the substance of the things that you can't see, the things you can't feel, the things you can't touch. That's what faith is. So what I'm going to say, if I'm single and I'm healing, and this is the thing, hindsight is 2020. It's a lady, she come on here. I just really, Tony, you don't understand till you in it. And it's one thing to be married and happy and to be talking about what it's like to be single. You don't understand it. So we need somebody to talk on this who is single and hurting. What do that say to you? What do that say to you right there, what I just said? If you had to pull a moral from what she said, what does that? Misery loves company. How can somebody in it with you who's single and hurting tell you how to be healed? You see the irony in that. You see the ignorance that our pain and frustration will have us speak. And that ain't the first time I've seen it. I've seen that several times where I see people in the comments say, I'm tired of hearing advice from married folks. We need single people to tell us singles how to live. How can somebody single tell you, single and hurting, somebody in the same space you in, tell you how to change that situation? Now, if somebody's single and happy and they coping with it, for one, ain't nobody ever 100% happy single, even though I use that term, because we created to be with somebody. You could be content, but contentment does not mean you don't have desires. You content with where you at, but yet you still have a goal. Being content don't mean you don't have a goal of marriage. Don't mean you don't have a goal of living with the love of your life, even though you content. So you could be single and tell somebody what you did in your mind and your spirit to have a sense of peace and contentment. But a single person not going to be able to tell you what it's going to take to be married and happy. And if that's your ultimate goal, then that's where you need to be hearing from somebody who done got up from right where in the situation that you in, done found a way, done got on a path, done got out there and did some walking, and then got to a new destination. And then they could tell you, okay, listen, all right, what you gonna do is you gonna go to the left, okay, take your another 2-3 steps, then all right, it's a book right there. You gonna read that book. In that book gonna be some instruction. It's gonna send you to the right, it's gonna send you up 200 yards. Then it's gonna be a course right there. Then over there, you're gonna go over here to the left, then you're gonna see a video over there. Then you're going to go on up, down, turn around, hit this here corner, make this here bend. Now watch out for a pothole right there. And then it's a detour right there, so you got to get ready to go over here. Then it's going to be a roadblock, okay? Watch out for that. Now, and listen, I got a nail in my tire on the next street over, so be careful for that. So see, somebody who in what you in, they're not going to be able to tell you how to get where you trying to go unless they done got there. So that's what you got to realize and understand. Like, stop feeling sorry for yourself and stop sulking in your misery, in your frustration, in your pain, in your worry, in your fear, and stop speaking that. The worst thing you could do is to speak that out your mouth to somebody, or to come online and write it in a comment that you tired and you ready to give up and you losing hope and you stressed and you depressed and you don't see no hope in the world. That is the absolute 100% worst thing in the world you could do. Get up, get the knowledge, create the distance from everything you need to let go of, and get the knowledge and get to work and get going. Speak life, speak positivity, speak prosperity, speak peace, speak abundance. And even though you can't see when it's going to come, you don't know how it's going to come, you don't know where it's coming from, you still speak it. You still speak it. I was looking for my wife from the age of 16, and it took me to 21 to find her. And I didn't know how to find a wife. That's why I was sleeping with the women, thinking that if you sleep with me early, that means you're not a wife. I didn't know I was hurting myself too. But I was going after what I wanted the best I knew how. And then when I met my wife and she wouldn't sleep with me on my timeline, I say, this must be the one. That's literally how I chose my wife. Based on what she was willing to do and not do. That is literally how I chose my wife. That was the first woman that I met out of over 100 women of dating since the age of 16 that had her stuff together and knew who she was and what she wasn't okay doing. That was the first woman who wouldn't do stuff that when I said jump, she say ha ha. That was the first woman. I say, this the woman I want to be with right here. Because she knows who she is. She independent. And I could build with her. We could grow together. I tried to change her into some toxicity because that's all I knew. And she wasn't with it. So see, this is the thing. You could say, I'm going to meet my husband. I'm ready to meet my husband. I'm ready to meet my wife. I'm ready to be married. I'm ready for the love of my life. When you say that, is that gonna send you into a space? When you say that how I said it, is that finna send you into a space of, ooh, to meet my husband? No. When you say that and you believe that, you meet my husband. Meet my husband. Yeah, okay. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? You just a smiling and you speaking to everybody because you feeling good. If a man tell him, hey, today could be my day. I'm gonna meet my wife today. Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Oh, there she go. Right on over there. Oh yeah, excuse me, man. I seen you from across the way and I just wanted to come over and introduce myself. My name is Tony and such. And I want to know, are you single? Just like that. Boop. Because he done spoke that thing, he believed that thing, guess what? His eyes open to it. If he telling him, man, these women trash out here, man. It ain't no good women, man. All the good women gone. Like, my goodness, like, I be watching Tony and he keep talking about these good women. Like, man, everybody can't meet Cherie Gaskin. Like, you already got her, so what you know what I'm saying? So if he talking like that, now his head down, he moping, he complaining, he mad. So, cause he think ain't nobody else out there. And I done seen men come in my comments and say that, bro, you found one of a kind. No, I did not. It's a million women out there just as good as my wife. On the same, a million of them. I done coached a lot of them. Now, of course, I don't know the real them because they talking to me. So they gonna put on their bet. They gonna put their best foot forward, and all of a sudden they healed and holy and righteous. But at the same time, I still know to a certain degree. Just meeting people who don't know what I do and that I'm a relationship coach, and I could tell, just feel their energy and their vibe, and just tell that this is a good person. It's a whole lot of women that's out there. It's a whole lot of good men out there. But it's about what you believe you are worth, what you believe you're gonna attract. And so when you say this to yourself, your mind opens up, so your eyes are open. So I'm like this right here. For me, I'm in a relationship already, so I don't have to speak that. So I speak on my business. I'm a billionaire. So then, boom, my eyes open. I'm meeting people. Somebody come to me with this tech idea. Boom, I own 5% in that tech company now. Somebody come to me. I'm working. I'm serving. I'm out here. I'm moving. I'm shaking. I meet this person. Oh, I own 10% in this company now. 10% in this company now. 10% in this company now. 50% in this company now. 50% in this company now. So now, because I say I'm a billionaire, I'm open to the conversations. I'm networking. I'm out here. So now I got equity in 10 plus companies. But had I just been, man, I ain't gonna never get out, man. I ain't gonna never make it, man. Can't ever make it. Guess what? My head down. I can't meet nobody. I'm mean mugging because of what I'm telling myself. So the man who walked up to me, it's because I had a pleasant look on my face. He said, hey, I'm such and such. I see your son out here. He run track, and I see you with the NBA mask on. With your mask, got the NBA logo. I got this app, and it's for athletes to sell their memorabilia. And I see you work with the athletes, so I want to run that by you. I said, okay. I said, all right. So, I like that idea. I said, well, who you got in mind that you working with? He said, oh, we got this person. I said, well, what you think about bringing a Hall of Famer on? Like Tracy McGrady. Man, I would love that. I said, okay, cool. I'm gonna hit Tracy up, and we're gonna set up the meeting. And had I been mean mugging, telling myself, I got to focus, I got to grind, like, man, hey, I come out the bud, I got the baby, I'm walking around here. That man wouldn't approach me. So now I own a piece of that app. Because I was pleasant. I'm telling myself, a billionaire, this is an app that, if done right, could sell for 50 million at the least. Could sell for 100 or 200 million. And when it sell, y'all might not see me unless the Lord give me a piece. When I'm in the Maldives, if the Lord say, hey, you blessed. You see that what you was doing for these people on YouTube, now you see it wasn't work. This your purpose, this your calling. You miss it. So even though you over here in the Maldives, go on shoot some more video. If the Lord give me that kind of peace, I'ma still be on here shooting video. If the Lord let me rest, You ain't gonna hear from me. You're not gonna hear from me. But listen, because of my countenance, because of my mindset, and I'm speaking, I'm a billionaire. Guess what? If I'm speaking, I'm a billionaire. It is absolutely crazy to me to be saying that. As a black man from Auburndale, Florida, who in a city of 5,000, with no mentor, with no team, with no college degree, with no experience in coding, that sounds absolutely crazy. But guess what? When I was making $20,000 a year, I said, I want to make six figures. That sounded absolutely crazy. Somebody making 20,000 talking about they want to make 100,000 a year with no skills, no trades, no degree, no mentor, no none of that. But just me and God. Just me and God. And guess what? When a blessing came, go to my podcast. I posted on the community page on my podcast link, and I'm telling my story. And you're going to hear on my story, probably on episode 2, I think. Maybe on episode 2 or 3. You'll hit part 2 or 3 on my story. You'll hear the blessing that God sent in my life that I ain't even asked for, because I spoke it and I believed it. And I'm aligned with the King. I'm aligned with God. You hear me? So listen, it may look impossible right now to you that you could heal and that you can attract the love of your life that sweep you off your feet. But you got to believe it, and you got to speak it, and you got to work toward it. You got to prepare for it. Do you want to meet the love of your life in the body that you in, at the weight that you at the skill level that you at the business level that you at? Do you want to meet the love of your life at where you at right now? If the answer is no, then get to work. Get to work. I say, listen, this is what I'm building, these different little companies right here. I want to be a billionaire. Boom. One day I'm reading an email. I bump into an email. It's telling a story about this guy. I listen to the guy's story. I look at what the guy done built, and he done built several billion-dollar companies. One worth $1 billion, another one worth $2 billion, another one worth $3 billion. And he done built he owns several different websites. Just like I own several different websites, this guy owns several different websites, but these sites done built up to have $1 billion valuation. He ain't got $1 billion in the bank, but the site worth this if somebody want to buy it. And so I type the guy name in, I find him on Instagram, I send the guy a message. I say, listen, I want to come and meet you, talk to you, and learn from you about the principles of success. I'll pay the fee that you charge. I'll pay the fee you charge. And that the man, it took 2-3 weeks. The man just wrote me back yesterday and said, hey, Tony, I'd love to meet with you in person. Send me an email here. I emailed him. This man owns $1 billion companies. But because I'm speaking this, and then I'm working towards it. See, this is what I work twice as hard as I believe. Faith without works is dead. So you could believe that you're going to heal, but you got to work twice as hard. You could believe that you're going to be positioned and you're going to be prepared and you're going to attract the love of your life, but you got to work twice as hard. Some people say, oh, I'm going to meet the love of my life. I'm going to meet the love of my life. But then instead of eating donuts and red velvet cake, putting on weight. How you going to meet the love of your life and you not working on yourself? You have to be working on your mind, body, and spirit to be prepared, because God gonna send them. God gonna send the person for you, but God can't send them until you ready, because it'll be unfair to this other person who believe in God and praying to God for their match to be matched with you if you not ready. God not finna give a gift and add sorrow. The Bible say he give gifts and he adds no sorrow. So if you expecting a blessing on your behalf, you got to do the work so that you prepare and you in position for the blessing. So that when this person doing the work, now both of y'all working, both of y'all elevating, and then the cosmic collision happens. Meaning God ordained meeting happens at the level y'all supposed to meet at, but y'all done did the work. That's what I need you to understand. This might be the last video for the singing and healing, because it's not rocket science. This, all you got to do is rinse and repeat. Watch part 1, watch this part 2, rinse and repeat. It ain't rocket science. If you do this, it's gonna get you the way you need to be. Hey, this Tony Gas, and God bless you. We'll talk soon.